this Hoosier Sports Tonight Update. I'm Courtney Cronin. After a bye week of our own, HSN is finally back on the air, bringing you everything going on inside the exciting world of Indiana University's 24 varsity sports. After a 51-17 win over Towson on September 2nd, the Indiana Hoosier football program had a 16-day hiatus to recuperate and gear up for Western Kentucky on Saturday, September 18th. A bye week means a lot for many football programs, including rest and time away from the game. However, as I found out with Bill Lynch's squad, there is no such thing as a true break during the football season. Most football programs would be happy to take any time they can away from the sport during the season in order to rest up their players and get back in the mentality of football. However, the Indiana Hoosiers were blessed with a bye week during only the second week of the season. In order to prepare for Western Kentucky on Saturday, September 18th, the Hoosiers are preparing now as if they had a game this coming Saturday.
As a coach, I feel the same way as the players. Once you get in a routine, you'd like to stay in it, because that's a concern I have not playing for 16 days, because of there's a mentality to playing a football game, and an intensity that practice just doesn't bring the same intensity. And while that's going on, the other teams are playing.
We're doing a lot of conditioning. As you can see, we just got done doing a lot of running. But, we're just working on all the stuff that we need to work on in the past, like our third down conversions and, our red zone plays. Our third down conversions in the game last week went so good, so we worked on it a lot today.
I think 2 years ago we had the entire weekend off. We're going to practice on Saturday to keep the rhythm going and act like we're playing a game on Saturday. So now I guess we're just kind of playing ourselves instead of game planning for another team. But it'll be fun to watch football on Saturday too. There are a lot of good games.
With the Hoosiers at Memorial Stadium, I'm Courtney Cronin, Hoosier Sports Night. Tight end is one of the most interesting positions in football. There's the opportunity to gain glory by catching touchdown passes, but one must also toil blocking on the offensive line. The best are good at both, and as Casey Richards reports, IU's Ted Bolser is vastly improving in both areas.
Indiana tight end Ted Bolser broke through with 4 catches, including a touchdown, in Indiana's season-opening victory on Thursday. It's been the former high school wide receiver's improvement in blocking, however, that's impressed coaches and teammates the most.
This year I've changed my role, and I've butted heads with guys, and I'm getting some push on the line. So so far it's turned out well.
I think generally when you take a wide receiver and move him inside to be a tight end, he can still get down the field and catch it, but he may not, have the ability or the want to block. But he's been really good in that area as well.
Last spring, I wasn't sure, didn't really know if he was going to be able to do it because he couldn't really block. He played wide receiver in high school and didn't have to block. But he really has improved that a ton and become one of the better blocking tight ends. So it's been good for him.
The Hoosiers don't take the field again until September 18th when they travel to Western Kentucky. From Bloomington, I'm Casey Richards, Hoosier Sports Night.
The Big Ten went through some major changes over the summer as Nebraska was added as the 12th team in the conference. The shakeup will change the shape of the Big Ten come the 2011 school year, and A.J. Schub went to the student body to get their reactions to the realignment of the Big Ten Conference.
The biggest story in Indiana sports this summer had nothing to do with the quarterback controversy or recruiting violations in basketball. It did, however, have everything to do with conference realignment. The Big Ten now has 12 teams and is separated into 2 subdivisions in football. I took to the streets to see how our student body feels about the change to the Big Ten.
Well, I think it's a big difference, not what I'm used to watching the Big Ten, everything growing up. But I think it can't hurt the chances that IU has for succeeding because they're going to be playing good teams, so it's not like if they lose, they're going to be at the bottom of the stage anyway.
Recruits are going to want to play those tough teams, and they're going to want, as soon as Indiana starts showing that they have the people to do it, people are going to want to jump on the bandwagon.
I think it's really good for Indiana because I think we'll do better in a smaller division.
I think that the Big Ten is better off with 12 teams because you have 2 conferences for football and a more balanced basketball schedule. I think Indiana is worse off because they have to play harder teams every year.
Well, I think if the Big Ten went ahead and picked another team with a lesser football heritage and tradition, that IU football would be doing pretty well for itself. But because it's Nebraska and it's because of football crazed state, you can draw a lot of similarities to, I think, basketball in the state of Indiana, that it's not going to have a big positive effect on Indiana football.
After talking to the student body, they seem concerned of Indiana's chances to succeed in a 12-team Big Ten conference. On campus, I'm A.J. Schub, Hoosier Sports Night.
The Indiana women's soccer team got off to a slow start Sunday against Hofstra, giving up 2 first-half goals. The Hoosiers did respond just 20 seconds into the second half with a shot on goal by Carly Samp, but it was deflected off the crossbar. The Hoosiers managed to score in the 81st minute of the game on junior Caitlin Cloud's first career goal. That would not be enough, though, to beat the Pride as Indiana fell to Hofstra 3-1. With no more bye weeks to get in the way, Hoosier Sports Night will be back weekly to bring you all the highlights and information regarding your favorite IU teams. Make sure to check IUSTV.com for daily updates and coverage from September 18th's football game at Western Kentucky. Once again, I'm Courtney Cronin. Thanks for watching.